Welcome back to V-Roll. We are trying to get to 4,000 subscribers. All we need to do is like, comment, and subscribe. You're going to be entering for a chance to win the poster collection from 151. That's right, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet 151 coming at you to one lucky winner. Also doing 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. Going out to 8 total winners, trying to reach that 4,000 subscriber mark. So what you need to do is also go over to this video here, leave an additional comment there, and that's where I'm going to be pulling the winners from once we reach that threshold. Today is Sunday, which means we're looking at our Sunday slip. Things in the market coming down in price, mostly single cards I believe I pulled up. But let's take a little dive into something else just for a second, because it's big news. It needs to be said as soon as possible, and posting daily at a scheduled time is really as soon as possible as I can get it to you. So let's dive in. If you come over here to the Pokemon Center website, you can see Surging Sparks is sold out, and oh my goodness, Prismatic Evolutions is already sold out. Already sold out. That's insane. This thing, it's Sunday, right? So this thing went live on Friday, and people were already commenting on my Saturday video that it was sold out. So this thing went fast. Wild, crazy, insane. We know it's going to be an EV promo. We haven't seen it yet. Did they update it? They did update it. They did update it. Here we go. There's our EV promo. Absolutely gorgeous. That's a good looking promo. I mean, that's an EV you want to see. It looks like your cat just laying in the sun, hanging out with little different toys. I don't know. It's great. You get the Pokemon Center stamp. I can't believe they're sold out. Are the allocations just that much lower? Are they putting a threshold on these things? Maybe they're doing half, and then on release day they'll do the other half. I think a good test to see this random theory I'm making up as I go, a test to see this theory will be when we reach Friday to see the release of Surging Sparks. If this comes back online that morning, and I'm going to watch pretty diligently to make sure I can find out, it might give us, and us being the Pokemon card market of investors, collectors, people who actually want to open these things, it might give us an indication that there's more to be had when it comes to Prismatic Evolutions. But man, instant hype. I mean, I've been kind of hyping up for 2025 sets. I knew that they would have a lot more going for them. I was a little surprised how much Surging Sparks has been selling out across the board. All of it on Pokemon Center's gone, but pretty insane. And when this wing went up, there was no reveal of the promo or the sleeves, but here we have them. So we do have that added in there, but that promo is pretty cute. And it's Eevee. Who's not going to like Eevee? I wonder if this will not tank, but really diminish the price of the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade. Hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I mean, Twilight Masquerade's not falling quickly by any means with Surging Sparks coming out, or soon to be coming out, but give it some time. You know, a little bit of hype there could dwindle the focus on Twilight Masquerade. Prismatic Evolutions being on the horizon might settle everyone's hype on Surging Sparks. It's kind of like the market continues to chase the next best thing, so we do see a little bit of cooling in the market elsewhere. Let's see if it's cooling down in prices all over here. Well, we had a bunch of mini tins hit Costco. I have been searching far and wide, and I find Paldean Fates everywhere, but no 151. Scalpers are out to get it, folks. However, you're getting 5 tins in that pack, and it is bringing down the mini tin case price a little bit. It's surprising how quickly this has dwindled just upon that release that came out on the 28th, and we have this really falling down quite a bit in a short amount of time. Let's bring it a little bit quicker there. Yeah, just over the past couple of weeks, really, full week, I guess, and it's really fallen big time. So interesting to see that's coming down quite a bit. Not, oh man, over 6 months? Okay. It's like over the year, is it really getting to some of those pre-sale prices? No, not quite. We were back in the 160, but it's not far off, 175. Okay, well, keep an eye on that. Maybe there's an opportunity there coming up. Charizard, as expected, these things got too hot too fast that there is a cooling down period, and it's not a dramatic fall. This is just people being more selective about their purchases. So we are seeing that coming down a little bit on the Charizard. Same with the Blastoise, just coming out, maybe even leveling, coming closer to that $70 mark. to level off. We'll see there. Venusaur, I think, is even less dramatic. Yeah, it was just a slight decrease and now leveling off. I don't know if these can sustain, and with the Prismatic Evolutions coming, maybe 151, while it's an amazing set, maybe it's going to fall by the wayside just a little bit for some people. Although we do have some alt arts that have some pretty high price tags here, even though they are on the decline. They're still pretty high here. 300 right there. What does market say? 262, and we can see this graph just over 3 months coming down to that 262, 63 kind of range. Back from that May hype, $400. Feel sorry for all those people. Will this ever get to $400? Maybe it'll get there again, but it's going to take years, folks. This is the thing. It takes a long time for something to gain steam, and these are hesitant prices to be paying for a card, a single card. It really is. So it's hard to determine if it's okay. And then you see it going up, and you go, oh man, I better wait till it comes back down, and then it shoots up. Now we have this massive correction. We're still in the correction phase, but this could come as far as settling at $200, and that's still going to be quite a bump, you know, from where it was before in the 165, 170, 180 range prior to that boom. And I think it's a similar graph along the way for a lot of these. Leafeon VMAX from Pokemon Evolving Skies. We have our pricing coming straight down there. I'm going to stretch that out to a year. Similar story here, but still, this is the massive boom, then the correction, and the correction rarely ever comes back to where it once started. It rarely does that. So if you see it going in a boom, just wait. If you're really feeling like you need it, just wait and wait for that correction. At least it'll be better than that high point. And then start looking for it at that point if you've missed the climb to the top. Or, in a lot of cases, get it before it goes wild. It's hard to predict. However, we have a lot of different cards over the years that have played out the same story. The Greninja from Twilight Masquerade is kind of an anomaly. I worry that the Pikachu coming from Surging Sparks is going to be in a similar boat there and not follow the typical trends. Glaceon VMAX, same story here. May Pop coming down, even ticking up just right at the end. Let's see. Yeah, it swung down here, and now it's ticking back up. We might have hit the new floor. We might have hit the new floor in that 200 to 208 range, and now we're at 218. So you'd want to be looking at this pretty aggressively if this is your time to be picking it up, because you're not at that all-time high there, that 317. You're at the 218, nearly $100 difference, even with this little swing up happening. So something to think about. Something to think about. Espeon VMAX. Fusion Strike. Interesting that this one didn't make it into Evolving Skies and it waited till Fusion Strike, and that may be part of why the pricing is so far down there. The boom took care of this one as well, but the correction is getting even closer to its starting point. Much more dramatic fall on this one. So very interesting to see how much that one has changed over this time period. Tyranitar getting away from those evolutions. I know we got evolutions coming up, and it's going to be some crazy stories there, but here we have that Tyranitar full art from Battle Styles. Definitely one that was overlooked at the time. Very difficult to get a hold of in Battle Styles. Battle Styles was not an exciting set comparatively to a lot of others during that time period and even now, but same story, the boom and then settling off. It looks like it's got a good leveling happening here, so anything is going to be within the $1 or $2 range of change, but you probably wouldn't be too mad if you were in that pickup status right now for this card. Galarian Moltres V coming out of Chilling Rain. Pokemon put this out and everybody thought it wasn't Chilling Rain. It was Chilling Pain, and really difficult to be excited about, difficult to have a win on. And we do have a really cool, gorgeous artwork out of it. This one followed the boom. It was a little bit behind to reach it because it went to those like S tier cards shooting straight up, and then it worked its way down, and everything was lagging by a week or 2 or 3 based on where it falls in the typical chart of these alt arts across the board from that Sword and Shield and other era coming in here. 128, this is actually getting pretty darn close to its starting point. Let's see, just tightening up that graph. Okay, we have some pretty decent fluctuation between $1 or $2 just over the last month, and here it's been on the decline there. So 128, this might be the new floor on this one, if you can pick it up in that range. The Champ V, this might be the last of the alt arts I have. Yeah, I think it is. 129 there. I think it's even better than that. A lot of different foreign languages. I want to see what we got on an English purchase here. 115 and change there. We got our shipping as well. So $117.50 about. Keeping it right at that market price almost. 115, and August was our delay on this one here. Not too much. May did it. August was just a little bump up. All right, so May was the boom again. And this decline, this little graph seems to be showing that it could head even closer to that. I don't know if it's going to be 80, but getting closer to that $100 range. And give it a little more time, it may have the steam to get there. But just looking in the more recent days, we're still on a good steady decline. So I think I'd wait if I were going to be wanting to pick this one up. Looking at the most recent available set, because yes, Surging Sparks, while sold out on Pokemon Center and while hard to find online, and we'll see what happens in stores, how quick it gets snatched up. But Terapagos, big turtle, all right, under 100 and falling. This one was in the crazy zone for those pre-sales. This is what we'd like to see. This is what we want to have happen on Surging Sparks. We want to see it with Pikachu, the Latias, even the Latios as an illustration rare. Milotic, we'd love to see it. We would love to see it go in these crazy prices and then steep decline. Give it a few weeks, maybe a month, and then you have your settling prices here. But this looks like it's even still just a downward trajectory. Could this get down to 70, 80, something like that? The Japanese is in that range. Can we get the English down there as well? I don't know. Perhaps. I think there's a lot of focus on the future sets that it's going to be very quickly we lose steam on Stellar Crown. And same thing with the other turtle here. The turtle, really. Squirtle turtle. I don't know why that's so fun to say. I just wanted to repeat it like 50 times. Squirtle turtle. You got to get out of your system. Okay, here we go. This one's been a little bit more of a wild graph. Still in the decline here on the end, but just these big peaks, deep valleys, bringing it over here, hitting that $43 range, $39 with the shipping there. Again, you never know. Could be somebody who's starting out. They're trying to get a rating. They're trying to get a sale. They're trying to push it out by having a good card at a good price. So it might be worth a shot. Just use protections. Use protections for yourself. Use your credit card. Use a PayPal option to pay. It's just added layers of protections. If anybody is a Dave Ramsey fan, you may not even have a credit card. So use PayPal. Use PayPal as your protection there. Here you have a little bit of some history, some rating, and it's pushing up into that $45 range, 46 almost. So you're going to be paying a little extra for those differences there. But it beats this $50 one here. So Squirtle is on the decline-ish. It's hard to say. That one's pretty volatile. Lacy, we do have a decline here coming in. 32 market price, 30 on a near mint, even available. Rare that you see the top spot lower, and they have a quantity of 3. They might actually have a little bit more going on in their store, so pretty good. I wanted to jump into, just briefly, the pre-sale prices for Surging Sparks. Now, still, Friday is the release day coming up. We should see a dramatic change in the first week, 2, 3 weeks, something like that. We have to get all the way through to the holidays. We have all of November virtually. We have all of December. And then people are really going to be geared up after New Year's for that January 17th release of the Prismatic Evolutions. So this is going to be an interesting set. We have a good long lead time to watch it settle. No pictures here yet. The Pikachu EX, 238 out of 191. That one's burned in my brain. I don't normally take the time to memorize the card numbers of the set, but that one's burned in my brain now because of this set. So that's fun. New weird thing I could deal with. 315 listed here. We've already seen some pre-sales happen here. 300 was a pre-sale there. 299 is where it shows listed there. 4 of them sold at 299. 298 is the market price. Really, we don't have a lot to go off of here, folks. We have a few little listings here. These could actually technically be available. I don't know if they're going to ship it out now, if they would ship out by time of release. I'm not interested in this price point, and I'm not
gonna test it. I don't have the kind of channel that can afford to test that. That would be actually a fun test to see on a channel that can swing it, but I cannot. And at least not yet. Let's get to those 4,000 subscribers. Maybe there's some interesting tests I can run in the future. But I love this right here. This steep decline. We'll put it in a month, but it's just a few days really. This steep decline happening. I would love to see this continue over the next few days, and then upon release, maybe it's in a more reasonable zone. I don't even know what that number is to call it a reasonable zone, but right now this is unrealistic for the masses. And I can't swing that. I don't think it's necessary for anybody to be walking in at that price there. Latias EX out of Surging Sparks. Pokemon's latest set, still not out. Let's emphasize that. Still over $200 on this one. I'm going to stretch this out to see a flat line. Okay, we've had one sale here. One sale and a handful of listings to 241, coming down to 210. Wild, because people are just trying to set the market and see what could happen. Any one of these that pops off, any one of them that pops off is going to really impact where the market is at. That's how this stuff works, especially in the beginning, because these are what we would call FOMO prices, the prices where people have a fear of missing out. And if you're willing to pull the trigger on that, it's going to set the trend for the market. So we have one sale at 220. If we get another one at 210, now we're going to be averaged for a 215. Okay, as far as what's being willingly paid for. You end up getting another one at 220. It's going to stay. 220 is our market value. That's what it shows right now because that's what's paid. And that's how the market price typically works, is it's going to take the averages of the sales and put that in there. All right, put the average of the sales in there based on recent sales. I don't know how far back they go, because if you went a year ago on some of those alt arts, you're going to have some wildly high prices and even some much lower than today prices, and I don't think it's enough to even out because the swings are so dramatic. But I don't know how long of a sampling they do to get their market price, but it's got to be something to that effect. At least in the early days, it's a good idea to think that's how it's going to work. The Milotic here at $100. We had a sale come in just shy, two of them actually. Several listings near that 100, 105, 110, but not a lot of listings altogether. That market price seems to be high. We'll see. Even going with an illustration rare of Latios rather than Latias. Disappointed that they didn't just do both of them as illustration rares or special illustration rares. It would have been better. You could put them in the binder one after another. You could numerically put them one after another. I mean, I don't think it lines up. 239, yeah, and 203. I was like, there could have been a chance this is the last illustration rare, and then Latias is the first special illustration rare, and it does work out that way. They didn't do that. I don't know why. What a missed opportunity, since the artworks do go together. If you place them next to each other, it looks pretty cool. This one has a reverse effect here of going up in price, but we're talking change, people. We're talking change of just taking it out and coming back down. This one's a little weird, but still, it's just sitting around $50. Again, the set's not out. Don't buy these. Don't do it. Don't buy them. Not for the sake of me wanting the market to fall down and have more reasonable sales as there's a slurry of cards coming to the market, but for all of us, really, and for yourself. Don't overpay. Don't overpay because you don't want to miss out. They print thousands of these things. They print billions of Pokemon cards in general. They're out there. They're going to be out there. All those pre-sales that are sold out across the board, tons of sites are dried up. Most of those people have not seen this product yet. It has not been delivered. So that's a lot of packs that have not been opened, which means there's a lot of opportunity coming our way. Let's get it closer to the Stellar Crown model here, where you had your FOMO price, and it didn't come down, and now it's steadily coming into its market value of what makes sense. Take one that's extremely popular on that similar story, the FOMO price, and it's still trying to find its market value, going up, coming back down, all of that. And you have a little bit more healing in this process of time. Time heals all things, and even the Pokemon card market, it heals that. So don't be a FOMO purchaser when it comes to Surging Sparks. That Pikachu is just too much. That is too much. If you're looking for Prismatic Evolutions and you are the FOMO type, there's a good reason for it in this case. The fact that we have our ETB from the Pokemon Center completely sold out, unavailable, not available there. You do have pre-orders available on GameStop. You're going to have the option for the text sticker. It's just a just a sticker collection, 3 packs. This is kind of the new norm for a specialty set of having one 3-pack blister. I don't think they're going to have multiple promos, just the one, and then you get the text stickers there. When we had, what was it, Paldean Fates, they had 3, and there were 3 separate stickers with 3 separate promos. All right, but then we've seen it in others. Shrouded Fable, wow, what a forgettable set, sorry. Shrouded Fable had 1 3-pack blister and just the 1 promo option. That may be the case here, we'll see. There is a poster collection coming out. What an easy idea that they came out with 151, and they're using it here for Prismatic Evolutions. You're going to have Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon. I don't know if these are just an alternate holo from the set or if they're a separate promo. 3 packs and a poster. It'll be interesting to see. This one's not depicted well. It just shows the binder. This is also going to have packs with it. It's 4 packs with the binder, just like we saw 151. That'll be kind of cool. If this is going to be anything close to follow, it's going to be right up there with 151, and I think it'll get there a lot sooner than 151 did with the pricing. So I don't know if this will help us, where we have this come out, everybody's going nuts, and then you have 151 doing their Blooming Waters collection coming out in February, a month after this release, to kind of cool 151 a little bit, or get an influx there, and it'll cool off Prismatic Evolutions. We're headed for some interesting times in Pokemon, folks. The regular Elite Trainer box, no, you're not going to get the stamped promo, but you can get the packs. You can get a promo, that Eevee promo there that we're seeing. Again, beautiful card. Interesting stuff. A lot of overlap between the products we're going to be seeing from Prismatic Evolutions and Pokemon 151. You have your option to get, or opportunity rather, to get the Scarlet and Violet Pokemon 151 poster collection from me here at V-Rule. All you got to do is like, comment, and subscribe. Be a part of the channel. We're also giving away 2 3-pack blisters of Surging Sparks and 5 Pokemon mystery card lots, going out to 8 winners overall. Want to make sure there's good opportunity on this, so be sure to go back to the beginning of the video here today and know exactly how to enter for that. I explain it also in the description down below. I give you all the tools you need to find your way and make sure you are entered to win. And don't forget to hit the bell, because I post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.